How does a team go from glue to the second best in EU? Well, that is the Team Liquid story, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to take a look at their game versus Vitality, and straight from the off here on Haven, you're going to see that Team Liquid, their run here is not just a fluke. We are going to talk a lot about that Cypher camera that you just saw there in some of the later rounds, but let's just talk about Liquid and how they have managed to go on this run, right? And it starts here with round number 4, where Liquid are on the defensive side, and what you're going to see is you're going to see that this is a team that is playing well as a team who understands what they're doing in a round, right? Because that actually doesn't start off too well for them. Vitality just go for this CXX with the ISO ult. They get a kill. They're going to get the spike down, and Liquid are in a bad spot, right? We're already in a 4v5, but just take a look at what they're going to do here, because this is really, really nice from this point. Because the thing is, of course, Liquid, the guy who just died, is their smokes player, right? Kiko, he's the one that's down. So our smokes are dead. What does that mean? What are they likely to do in a post-plant? Well, they're likely to just come and retreat back here because we have no smokes to block off the spike, right? That's the likely thing to do. So just watch here, as what you're going to see now is Team Liquid are not going to use any util. They're just going to walk onto site, knowing that it's actually pretty likely that Durka is just here. This is becoming a pretty common plan, you know, in these spam kind of post plants where you have kind of a 4-1, especially with a Yoru who can then potentially get a kill and TP away as well. So they just walk onto the site, they're going to kill Durka, and then just watch here, as we're going to get this flank coming in from Camo. He's going to then destroy the trip, as these guys are kind of taking this fight with Durka to, you know, bring some attention to him instead. And then he's just going to tuck in here, you know, not give away his life, and then wait for the rest of his team to kind of scale up as they're fighting with Safe. Then he's going to fight with them. The timing is amazing. And just watch this from Team Liquid, because this is really, really good stuff.
Difficult to get back in from this position, especially losing Kiko. There's no paranoia, no smokes. You're going to rely on maybe an error, someone giving some space, and okay, Dirk has gone down. Camo, his position will be known. They should have an idea that he's just around this corner, maybe trying to sell the idea that he went back. Shots landed by Nats, doing damage, trying to pull players away, and actually the trades are going back and forth. Trex is going to be revealed, knowing that there's one there. Kamek lands another shot, and in fact finds a couple.
Yeah, so I love this from Team Liquid. I love this from Camo. I love it from the players on the site. Just a really good understanding. As I say, he waits here for them to take this fight, and then he's destroying the trip at the same time, right? So we get that fight, we get that kill. Now we've destroyed the trip, and now take a look at Vitality, right? We've got 3 people are looking at him just in that moment. So as people are flooding in onto the site, we got 3 people who are looking in his direction, right? That's amazing, isn't it? That's amazing that we've been able to do that. And now he's keeping 2 people here just watching him, right? So we've split them up. You know, we've got them into a 2-2. This is a 3v2 for us, just because he is sitting here just chilling, right? Just not dying. Inserting a bit of pressure, but not dying. Then once these guys start to take contact and take this fight, then he's actually going to swing out. And again, look, he's got 3 people looking at him. Safe is all alone here, taking a fight against 3 people, right? I'm sure Safe is wondering, like, where did everyone go? What happened? You know, why is that the case? And we end up, you know, going 1-for-1, but that allows us to win the round, right? Just that little bit there. Obviously, it's really nice shots here by Kamek as well to kind of finish this thing out, but just that little bit of discipline, round changing, round winning. Okay, next, let's come to round number 5, and we're going to talk now about Team Liquid and their anti-strat and their plans, because they were really good. Just keep your eye on this camera here, okay? Because this camera here that Team Liquid were doing, I would argue, gave them a significant advantage in this game. To understand why, let's actually go to Vitality's last game on Haven against Team Heretics, just to show you an idea that they commonly go for, right? And you'll see this in this video as well, them doing this idea with Durka here, where Durka is just going to go into Garage on his own with a clone, maybe with a Solvadar or something like that, right? He's going to get that kill, and he's going to TP away, right? And this is a very big part of the Vitality playbook, is sending Durka into Garage, because it allows them to do multiple things. It's a nice idea by Vitality and what they do, because once Durka gets in here to Garage, they basically have different options, right? What they can do is they can basically say, okay, we're going to either TP away, right? Like they do here. So this is just like, you know, we're sending this in as kind of an early bit of pressure, but, you know, from here we're TPing away, and then, you know, we could go anywhere, right? And it's actually a slower round. Obviously, they could do this, and they sometimes do, as a part of a C split, right? So really, this is going into the C site. Or they insert Durka here to maybe even go towards B as kind of a late backstab here, and actually this is a B hit, right? So essentially, just by sending Durka in here and trusting that he's going to do a good job once he's in there, he has options of, like, we could go to C, we could go to B, or we could TP back and, you know, potentially end A, or, you know, have a slower round after the fact, right? And you have to go and reclear that space. So that is one of Vitality's, you know, kind of main parts of how they want to attack the map. So what did Team Liquid do? Well, as I said, they did this little Cypher cam down here from Nats, right? Because the thing is, this camera here tells you what this Durka pressure into Garage is. If you see 2-3 people here, then that almost certainly means this is a C-split, right? And everyone can just rotate across. But if a camera up here sees no one, right? If there's no one out here and Durka does this, well, then you know it's not a C hit, right? You can guarantee no, and that means that you can stack this side of the map instead, right? And you know that for a fact if you are Team Liquid. And that is what they abuse so much, as we'll now see in round number 5. Because here we are at the start of round number 5, and we see that Nats has put down this camera, you see that no one is there. Right, so he sees that no one is there, so just look at him straight away. Straight away, he's walking down here. Right, he's getting himself into a super aggro position. This is in the first, you know, 15 seconds in the round. And we have a ton of control. We're already in a great spot because Nats has just done that, right? Because now we can pretty safely say they're not going to come down towards C. And you watch, and this is just like disrespect of like, we don't think that your mid default is any good. Like, we don't think you're very good at it. Because this is just ultimate disrespect of we're going to be more proactive, more aggressive. Patty goes and gets that kill. At this point, they're happy. You know, we're playing full retake on A. You know, we've got all this control here. You know, we're actually droning this to get a bit more information. We then insert this player in here. I mean, look at this, right? We've got 2 players now inserted in really aggro positions to go and find kills. And what you're about to see is that Les actually is going to die here to Kiko. And then because the Cypher is down, Nats then can take this timing with no trip there and get a free kill as well, right? So this is a really, really good, basically just abusing Vitality for the small gaps in how they're playing these rounds.
Main in a slightly more aggressive position, but that is a ballsy opening gambit that has paid off tenfold.
Durka's going to try and get them back into this one. With ult online, he could opt. This is cheeky.
They have to check it.
This no. Oh, it's a bit awkward, but Kiko gets the job done. 2-man advantage already. Durka is taking space with the drone, semi giving it away. That means that that can be held comfortably by Padatek, and in fact, well, now Nats. That forever look, something he's been doing since the dawn of time.
Yeah, so really good by Team Liquid there, and Vitality would actually take a timeout, reasonably so, after getting destroyed in that round. But again, Team Liquid are going to have an insane read of what Vitality are about to do next and destroy them.
5 opponents eliminated, back to back. Elimination matches, and they won them all. And that gives you a little extra twang to your gameplay. Straight up aggression. And no.
So this is about as hard of a read as you can have, right? Because this is actually, okay, it's only an eco round for Vitality, so, you know, it's not like some miracle that they won the round. But I just want you to look at the map and just think about this, right? Because just look at what they commit to this, right? We're going to breach stun down here. We're going to tail ult off the rip. We're going to Omen Flash. We're going to Jet Dash down here. We're going to TP up here in a second. We are sending everything. Right, we are sending everything. You know, everything is coming in towards A main. I just want you to think for just a brief moment, if Vitality had just ran C, how stupid Team Liquid would look. Right? Think of how much util they would, because they don't even fully know that, you know, everyone's here. They don't know that for 100%, but they basically do, because they've just got the hardest of hard reads. Right, think of how much util they would have used. This round would have been very losable because they'd used so much util and an ult here doing nothing, right? Had Vitality just been going C instead. But no, they got the read absolutely spot on again. They absolutely destroy them as they should in this round. And I mean, that is perfection by Team Liquid there. Now let's skip ahead to round number 9, and guess what you're going to see in this one? Nats camera down C, doesn't see anyone straight away, starts walking down. Again, we get this idea from Durka with the dart coming in here towards Garage, right? Again, their familiar idea. Now in this one, actually, they started with a couple players out towards A lobby and then are coming back to C. So Nats has pushed this, but in just a second, he's going to actually see people on his camera for the first time and pick up a free kill. Right, so he picks up a free kill there. Now he is actually going to die to people, you know, the people who are doing this C split are actually now on the site and are actually going to kill him, but he's going to get the Cypher ult off in time here, so that, you know, we do get the Cypher ult. And now you're going to get the delay, right? So the spike is still down C long, so they're having to transport it here. You're going to see that they get confused. Durka is probably, this is a bit of a mistake by Durka, perhaps already kind of planning one step ahead before doing the kind of first spot, because it looks like he's TPing to, go on a garage flank, already kind of suspecting that. But instead, he doesn't know what's actually going on the flank, and he ends up dying there to Kamek as well, right? Then we're trying to TP away. You might be like, what is Kix doing? But he's trying to TP away here from the breach ult. We got a breach ult, and here he's trying to TP away. He's now stunned on the site. These two are looking behind, right? So the spike is kind of isolated on its own, which then is going to delay even more here, right? So we're getting even more delayed for Vitality. They're stuck now in a 4v3, and now just look at the patience from Team Liquid. They're happy to let the spike go down now that it's a 4v3. They're just chilling. They're happy with where they're at, basically, at this point. And you're going to see now the discipline that comes out as Vitality try and push in towards CT. It doesn't work for Vitality, and Liquid end up winning another round, although it did get a little bit close towards the end.
Exploit. Instead of finding open space, they will attempt to open the space themselves, crack it wide open with Camo's head being the first target. And although they land it, the cost paid is too great. Les, in an impossible clutch, finds the first, steps back, finds the second, looking for the third, and it was damn close.
And then finally here, let's finish with round number 11. And guess what we're going to see in this one? Early camera, this time it gets destroyed. Okay, so the camera here this time gets destroyed. In come Vitality again, Dart, Smoke, in comes Durka with his clone, right? So he's in here early. And now, take a look at Team Liquid. Because now, once we've seen this from Vitality, and this camera has been destroyed, everyone's coming across. You know why? Because we know it's a C-split. We know what round it is already. We know the round. Just within the first, 7 seconds, we know what it is. Again, that Cyphercam helping out a ton, because we know this time that this is the real C-split, right? Because there was people destroying that camera. And so what that means is we can then just bombard the site with utility, knowing that that's what they want to do. So we avoid the ISO ult just here. We get in our own Teo ult, which then forces Durka to TP back, right? So he then has to TP back to spawn. So now they've got two people in spawn, and they're not going anywhere, right? They're not going anywhere. Not only that, Trex here is dying. He's droning in the open. You know why he's droning in the open? Because he's scared. He's scared of a breach. If he tries to drone from here, he's scared that he's going to get breach stunned, and he's just seen the tail ult, so he's scared of maybe the tail rockets coming in here as well, and him just dying to that. So he doesn't want to die to that, so he ends up droning in the open and dying anyway, right? Just part of the power of the breach tail there. And now the round is just shut down, right? That whole idea here is just gone. And again, it comes off the back of just doing one camera and instantly then knowing, like, okay, this is the round that we're in, right? We know that for a fact. And now you get the benefit as well of, well, we know that this was their C-split round. We know this. So Kamek is able to push all the way up here. And now you're going to see they're going to reap the benefits and rewards of doing this as well, right? So just from doing like one camera and just having that idea, them knowing what round that they're in, it's just giving them so many benefits, and now you'll see they're going to close out, and this is why Team Liquid were able to go from a glue team to a very good team. It wasn't just about individual form of people hitting, that of course helps, but the game plans that you can see that they had for some of these maps, particularly this one against Vitality on Haven, was incredibly good.
Walk through that doorway, checking the left, it's unlikely. Usually these players are on long, they're tucked in those corners, or they're pushing all the way through. And indeed, they've walked right past Kamek. It's a freebie! Even doubles up for his trouble, and if this round was looking bad, it's just gotten a whole lot worse. Less and safe. Less void of any utility. It's all down on the map. And safe, well, he won't have a lot to say about this. No shield, and 4 players to take down. They're still going to try it, though.
Yeah, Paddy, his only job is to delay. He doesn't really care about being the hero or the glory. He just wants to make sure this round goes in his team's favor. And the thing is, I think Safe realizes that, okay, if I just allow them to retake, it's all going to fall apart. Instead, he tries to make a play. Oh, we saw Les attempt a 1v3, falls short by 1. Now has to try and face off against 4.
Here is big swing. The first is landed. 2 players on his right. He's isolated the one, but he's just hiding, waiting for his moment. Well handled by Patatek.